Hello and welcome back to the Football Chat podcast. Today we continue on our series of looking at every single Premier League club, discussing the season just gone, and looking at the season ahead. Leicester. It was a up and down campaign last year. I think they finished around 8th though in the end, which I'll be honest stuns me somewhat because at times they were horrific.
Yes.
I'll get up the Premier League table.
No,
Yeah, give me a bit more, please. Yes.
I don't know.
8th, Leicester.
8th?
Yeah.
They got 8th in the
I know.
end.
They've just
Wow.
at times were horrific. Others were. They really picked it up at the end of the season. It was complete opposite to the season before, where they were up in the Champions League spots and then just fell off a cliff. What? Bottled it. Yeah. Sorry, I thought bottom by the final day. How the Christ they managed that? But. Yeah, it's just been a bit of a tough season for Leicester.
Yeah. Obviously,
hampered a lot by injuries. Fofana picked up a big one in pre-season when Vicente Obora tried to murder him. Then you had Soyuncu, I think, was out for a bit.
Yeah, he's in the defence of Johnny Evans
and Vestergaard, who really struggled upon his
wasn't great.
Move to Leicester. So that wasn't.
We saw some great standout performances from James Justin.
Justin looked really
Thomas.
Really good. Same flank, put together.
Yeah,
that's why they look so great. There's two of them at left back.
They really stood out.
Daniel was injured a lot as well. Ricardo Pereira injured as well.
Yeah,
tough season.
We saw, but decent seasons for the likes of Madison.
I saw too much of Daniel Amati.
Madison and Barnes. Having Daniel Amati did not help. Jamie Vardy got a few goals. Patson
Daka looked good in the European competitions.
Even in the Premier League, had a decent campaign. Ian Acho, that was the one as well. He got a few goals as well. So going forward, Leicester looked very good. But as you said, injuries to a lot of key defensive players really cost them this season.
Yeah, it was really tough. Let's run through a squad keep or sell then. But there's not too much to say because they've not done anything.
It's the same squad as last year.
I was looking at it. They've not signed or sold anyone. It's just Eldin Japokovic. They're third choice keeper. He's the only one that's left.
Right.
But I think sales are necessary in this squad to improve. So let's have a look. He's quite deep. Looking at Leicester's goalkeeper situation then. Kasper Schmeichel. Definite keep.
Yeah.
Danny Ward. Fine backup. Yeah. Daniel Iverson is the long-term successor to Schmeichel, so that's fine there. And Jakub Stoliakic, I think his name is. He's, again, the natural backup to Danny Ward. Yeah. So keep them around for now.
Keepers sorted, don't need a goalkeeper.
Yeah, they'll be fine there. Defenders, James Justin.
Definite keep.
100% keep. Wesley Fofana should start every single match.
Next season, he'll be fantastic.
Nicolas Pepe.
He'll partner
him, yeah. Ryan Bertrand should stay as a backup, but should not be starting over any of either Luke Thomas or James Justin. If anything, it should be Thomas and Justin as your fullbacks, but be interesting to see. Johnny Evans.
Decent backup to the...
Keep. Amati.
Sell. He's not good enough.
Yeah, they might as well. I thought he had his contract expiring, so they may have re-signed that for another year. I know Barnes and Madison recently got contract extensions.
Why did they do that?
Or at least Barnes, I don't know about Madison.
I don't rate Amati at all. He covered a centre-half and centre-mid last season and really struggled.
Yeah, he didn't look great. The fact he played 28 games in the Premier League last season just says a lot about where they need to improve.
Yeah. You know something's going wrong when Daniel Amati's starting 28 games.
So they definitely need defenders to add to the squad. Ricardo Pereira.
If he can stay
I didn't see him last year. He only played 14 matches as well. Yannick Vestergaard.
Fine backup.
Was shite. But
Yannick Vestergaard. Pereira's a fine backup.
Pereira should have regular minutes. Of anything. But I'll be interested to see what happens there.
Vestergaard can stick around, I guess, as a last resort.
He really did struggle last year, though.
Yeah.
But might as well keep him now.
Yeah.
He played 10 matches last year. Looked horrific in all of them. But he's there. I don't think they're going to get much if they try and sell him. No. Timothy Castagna.
Keep.
Yeah, he looked really good the season before.
Good backup.
Season before last looked really, really solid. Last year only made 27 appearances is a lot, to be fair.
Yeah. He did alright.
But didn't look better than Thomas or Justin, so interesting that. And then Luke Thomas, as we mentioned, very good campaign. 22 matches last season. Looked very good. On to midfielders then. Overall, they just need to sell Amati.
Yeah.
Midfielders, Harvey Barnes.
100% keep.
Euro Tielemans.
Is he signing a new contract?
Tielemans.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he could be off. I think if the Juventus or Arsenal bids high enough,
I think he's going.
But then if you're Leicester, I don't think you let him go for anything less than 80.
Yeah, but I know he wants to leave. He wants to leave, doesn't he? He did want to leave. I don't know if he signed a new contract.
Arsenal want to pay around 50. That's what I saw touted ages ago, but they've not really talked about what's going on with that since.
I'd leave Tielemans as a grey area. If he signed a new contract,
If you can get north of 65 mil, anything above that, maybe even push up to 75, 80, definite sale.
Yeah.
Because you can do a lot with that kind of money, especially with their recruitment. Leicester, they can definitely sort something out. So they'll be fine there. James Maddison.
100 keep.
Mark Albrighton has just signed a new contract from the year.
Around.
Tawanda Maswashan. Hang on. I will get this name right. Tawanda Maswanhais.
No clue he is.
He is a 19-year-old midfielder who's never played for Leicester.
Loan him out?
Probably, yeah. Hamza Chowdhury should be sold.
He is.
24 years old. He made 6 appearances last year.
He shouldn't.
Not really good enough for Leicester, I don't think. A championship move will suit him well, though.
Yeah.
KDH, Keane and Dewsbury Hall should start every game. Namphlus Mendy.
He can stick around.
He's a good enough backup to Ndidi, who's the next one up. He's definitely got to stay. Does Pryor, I think, could go. Oh, to be fair, Mendy could go because they got Boubacar Soumare.
Yeah, sell Mendy, keep Pryor.
Who for some reason wasn't appearing in their purchases list. He played 19 games last season. I forgot he joined them last year.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough then. So they can let Mendy go now. Pryor, sell. And then there's like Fitzhugh, Leshabala, Flynn, Michael Madivadua, Kova, Braybrook, Warmlight, Leighton, and Callum Wright. There's so many young midfielders in this Leicester side. Keep or loan them all. Not really that bothered by them. There's no one in there that really jumps out at me as a name I recognise. So, yeah, that's fine. Maybe some cover in wide areas. They've only got Barnes on the left. They've not actually got a right winger. I guess Mark Albrighton, but Maddison played there for last portions of last season. They've got Jose Perez is in the forward section, who we'll move on to.
Yeah.
I guess they'll be fine.
Yeah.
But I think a right winger could be a good addition, especially if they sell Tielemans. They could use that money to reinvest elsewhere. But Perez, Jose Perez,
I don't really care.
Sell if you can get money. Keep.
If you're bringing in a right winger, sell him.
Indeed. Vardy.
Keep, obviously.
Iheanacho.
Keep.
Daka.
Keep.
There's no need to get rid of any of them. Vardy will retire soonish, and then Iheanacho and Daka could either play together up front in a 2
or rotate.
Or rotation.
We saw towards the end of last season, all 3 of them just ended up rotating through Europe and.
Exactly. If Leicester want to compete on all fronts this year, in obviously the Carabao Cup, because realistically the Carabao Cup, FA Cup, they're competitions they could win. You imagine the big clubs will be.
I forgot Leicester
taking
was
less.
The conference.
Yeah. Didn't do badly in continental competitions.
In European wise, they look fantastic. In terms of domestically, they weren't great.
I think potentially they would have beaten either final of Marseille. So I think they were unlucky with the draw there. Because Roma just looked too good. But, I think in a few years' time, Daka and Iheanacho up front together.
100%.
If you've sold Harvey Barnes and James Maddison as well at that point, you imagine Justin as well can play wing back. Could be a very good side.
If you ask me, I don't really know what they need. I guess
winger, a right winger. That's about it. I'm going to see
maybe a centre half or centre mid.
They're being linked with.
Yeah,
but
as you said, no deal.
They've got a very good squad.
Yeah, it's a good squad.
They just need some. Like last season, they just had loads of injuries.
It's a very capable squad. Whereas I don't really keep a full season.
Why is everyone linked with Nicolas Pepe?
That's 4 podcasts in a row where every single side's been linked with Nicolas Pepe.
Yes. Right, Liverpool up next. Nicolas Pepe. Yeah.
Why do people want to buy this man?
I don't know.
Why? Have they not watched him play for Arsenal? Why do they want him? Why do they want him?
The winger has yet to truly adapt to life in the Premier League after a big money move.
Really?
Yeah, no shit. 16 goals and 9 assists in 80 Premier League games.
No way. Nicolas Pepe 80 Premier League games. 80?
Yeah, that's 3 seasons, isn't it, of regular football.
Oh my gosh.
He's been around ages, Nicolas Pepe, at this point.
I forgot he made that big money move ages ago.
Leicester City, the only team yet to make a transfer. For Maloney, Ademola Lookman is a potential target. That's who played on the right wing for last year. Sofiane Diop and Breland Bolo have both been linked. Both of them would be better than Pepe. Oh, then it says here, it's very unlikely that City would make a move to sign Pepe, not least because of the fee that Arsenal would command and also the wages.
That's good for Leicester fans. No need to worry, Pepe's not coming.
Don't worry, guys. Apparently, he'll go Sevilla by the looks of it. So all the Premier League clubs are going to be safe. After they're all linked to them.
It's like a virus.
Other than this, it's just...
The Nicolas Pepe virus.
Let's see what Sky Sports are saying. Just that literally, the only thing in Leicester news that Drinkwater was upset about his days at Chelsea. And that Tielemans might leave. Let's see what... Because I know they did like profiling for every team. What have they put here? What positions are they targeting? Finances remain tight, so they want to offload fringe players and maybe one or two big stars if the money is right to finance a Brendan Rodgers rebuild.
What do they need to rebuild? They've got a good squad.
Oh, Tielemans has a year left.
Which
explains why they're letting him go for 30-ish mil.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big shame for Leicester.
They want a centre mid then.
Soyuncu could also be leaving, as he just has just a year left in his contract.
Yeah, I think centre mid, centre half, and a right winger.
And Boubakary Soumaré and Yannick Vestergaard could also be going, because apparently they're not happy with the performances, and they're going to want to get some of the money back they've paid for them. They've spent 17 mil on Soumaré, and they want him to leave a year later.
Yeah, Vestergaard was shit last year.
What are they doing?
They're bringing anyone?
Having a look. What has Brendan Rodgers said? He needs a healthy shake-up. I guess it makes sense when you look into it. They are naff. I know we kept most of the players, but
see if it does make sense to sell.
If Tielemans and Soyuncu go, you've got a lot to change there. They're just not. I don't understand. How are they not linked with anyone?
I know they're letting all these players go. They're letting two big key positions go, and they're not linked with anyone to replace them with.
No.
And it's very rare that transfer business nowadays goes under the radar. If they were doing anything, we'd probably know about it. So it's really interesting. I really don't know what's going on at Leicester. Similar to who was it that isn't making any transfer?
Apparently, Brendan Rodgers is unhappy with the chairmanship at Leicester, but won't go to war with his own club.
Right. That's not good.
Yeah, no. It seems like Leicester's just refusing to spend any money now.
Why?
I don't know. But that has always been their strategy.
Yeah.
They buy players for cheap and then sell them on for loads, which has worked with the likes of N'Golo Kante, Riyad Mahrez, would have worked for Joe Vardy if they actually sold him. Danny fucking Drinkwater, they got 40 million Great British pounds. Even I think they got 80 million Great British pounds for Harry Maguire. But why has that been reinvested then? Because Tielemans wasn't that much.
Soyuncu,
20-ish mil.
Tielemans.
Soyuncu, who are they getting from? Germany, wasn't it?
Somewhere. Daka.
Daka was only 20-ish million pounds. Maddison was 15. Justin 15. They just buy players cheap. Soumaré 17. It's not like they've gone and broken the bank on a transfer, so I don't really know where all their money has gone.
No.
I guess their facilities are top notch.
Oh, the facilities are lovely.
Oh, do you regularly convene to Leicester to check out the facilities?
I actually train the Leicester squad. I just don't play because I'm not old enough yet.
Loose predictions then.
Mid-table.
Without investment, they will go. I think they'll be in trouble. I think Maddison Barnes will keep them up.
Oh yeah, I think.
But then, people say, "Oh, it's impossible. Leicester will be down there. They're so good."
They won't be in the battle for seventh.
You could say the same about Everton.
They won't be in the battle
last
for
year. I didn't think Everton with Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin. I mean, those two, well, mainly Richarlison, kept them in the league. I think we could see similar scenes here. I don't think they'll be up there. Although loads of people just seem to think it's a formality that Leicester will be right in the fight.
I think around again 15th, 14th.
So if they lose Soyuncu and Tielemans for just 50 mil combined, and they're not replacing them at the moment,
they're down.
They're in a lot of trouble.
It'll be interesting to see what happens.
And also in Ndidi, I don't know how they've held on to him for so long.
No.
Especially with so many Premier League clubs need a DM, and yet all of them are just no one's going for Ndidi. It makes no sense. Surely United just slap a bid on him, 50 mil.
Yeah, it should.
Fairly easy transfer there. Or Chelsea. Mind you, the last time either of those clubs swapped at Leicester, it didn't go well, so probably don't trust them anymore. But yeah, that's about all. Leicester not doing anything.
No.
Apart from trying to sell stars, which I guess is why they're not linked to anyone yet. But they are one of the clubs linked with Charles de Ketelaere, but that doesn't make any sense to me. They've got Harvey Barnes, and they need a right winger, not a left winger. But yeah, I think Leicester could be in trouble. I don't really know how they'll well, obviously we'll do our full predictions at the end of this series, or actually run through the table. It's just sort of loose stuff. Obviously, there's still ages to go in the window. We're not even in August yet, and the window goes to the end of until the start of September. So there is a long way to go in the window. There's a lot can change, and if you are having a tough early season, the way that this season pans out, there's certainly a good few weeks for you to realise, hang on, all of our squad is shit. Let's change it all up.
Yeah.
So when Ten Hag inevitably watches Lindelof put his 9th own goal in, he can go, we're probably need a centre half.
Yeah.
But Leicester, I don't know how they're going next year. There seems to be quite a disgruntlement between Rodgers and the club. There's not a lot of business going on at all. No. The only club not to buy a single player in the Premier League.
That says something. That speaks volumes.
It does indeed.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting to see what comes of Leicester's transmissions in the coming weeks. If you have enjoyed, make sure to do all the good things like hit like buttons, hit subscribe buttons, notification bells, get involved in the comments if you're on YouTube, and all the Spotify things like downloading, adding to episodes, stuff like that. It just helps. Just helps us out. But yeah, check out all our other platforms. Everything's linked in the YouTube description. So check out all our other links and stuff we do. But yeah, that is all for today. Thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.